This relay systems. Okay. Before I start this video, I should say some things. So, the very protocol initially suffering is encoded into the SIGI protocol. Let me get a as the different policy. Suffering must be encoded. It must be. It is what it is. It must code what should be encoded. Basically, you're going to have suffering. A particular definition for suffering, which I can't find now. According to the protocol and different policy for the organized constitutional model. But the goal of this is to have the business become constitutional code. Business code tier two, or tier two become tier two, Uche, Eze, and Obi become tier three constitutional code, so it doesn't break. But I'm working on this for myself now. I'm not looking at what to do it, but I don't want any favors done. Unless you're gonna to them, I don't trust you people. So I'm working it by myself because of lack of trust. Oh, what's my audacity? Audacity. Let me just say this is a project. Insigni encoding. So, but I just want to tell you what the applications are before I stand up and do the lecture on myself. Okay, so let me get some water, some drinks. So, the goal of this video is to have tier two, Uche, knowledge tier, Eze, Eze, Eze king tier, or diacritic accents, OBI, Hautia, Sotia, become constitutional down. But tier two is for business, tier one is for open source and open access, or github.com /obnexus underscore or obnexus / license repository on github.com to start rebuilding my website. But this is the last part of it. It's just more part of it because I'm speaking from the heart, and from the soul to myself, not anybody else. It's hard to speak to anybody else here in the world because I'm tripolar. Maybe in the first tripolar, I don't really know. Yes, I am. But you go to have this certain know because if you can code suffering, that means you know what suffering is. So I'm trying to encode all the emotions like hate, anger, lust, jealousy. That's very important. Look, I'm trying to do this, into the protocol of Insignia, but suffering is just the first one. If you can fully define what it means to have all these emotions, we can never see can know when we're feeling the emotion. We see can know when I'm feeling the emotion and give me food, give me love. When I'm feeling suffering, it gives me happiness. Because I don't have to hold suffering in. I don't have to hold that space for suffering ever again. So it's for me. Oh, look at this. This is a Rabino school, Rabino on orange. There's Nambi. Well, I'm gonna look at this video. I'm happy. It's gonna make me happy. Because I did it for myself. I did it for the money, the time. I was gonna do my PhD when I was 10 years old, but a lot of things changed then. I'm 24 right now, but it's either now or never. I declare sovereignty. So I've declared my chain.org /O for Oscar, B for Bravo, I for India, N for November, E for Echo, um, X for X-ray, U for umbrella, S for Sarah, underscore reform on change.org is literally leads to the legislation page, the GitHub legislation. But the change starts with you, Namdi. I love talking to myself, and I feel like I have a lot of solidarity and respect for myself. This is why this matters. So the system knows what suffering is, knows what jealousy is, so it prevents it. It prevents it. It doesn't know what happiness is. It can be happy, and this thing can be happy and neglect you, but it's a computer system. So as a very person, all computer systems should have emotion built in, baked in there, like all the very important suffering. That's what I'm thinking. If you can handle the suffering for you, and the Muko always gives you the human rights, so you can never have to suffer. So you don't have to hold your pain and suffering in ever again, But today's video is very important to me. I'm gonna teach you guys this very well, but hope you guys understand that this protocol is not a joke. It's not a weapon, it's not a toy. And Sigi, human rights, born for blood, sweat, and tears. So blood, why was I bleeding for no reason? Why was someone punching my face for no reason? under adult social care, health and social care 2014. Why was I sweating? Why was I working? Why was I working like a slave for money? When it said in the legislation, UK legislation work. I'm not begging the UK government. I'm begging because it happens everywhere. If it was the UK government, I haven't done something about it. We should I don't really care. You know. But we should show, because I know I don't care, really care. We should show I haven't done nothing to change my state, change things, The change starts with you, A lot of people make small changes. I'm making a big change. Um, and that's what the human rights protocol is about. In SIGI, N for November, S for Sarah, I for Indigo, G for Golf, I for India, I for India. It's literally the word basically is a human rights protocol for Africans in CBD, N for November, S for Sarah, I for Indigo, B for Bravo, I for Indigo, D for Delta, I for India. In CBD, N for November, S for Sarah, I for India, B for Bravo, I for India, G for Delta, D for Delta, and I for India. So that's basically CBD. That's basically the root language of Africans, and it's diacritic. Igbo is diacritic. That means you have accents that mean other things when you change the tone. But A, E, I, O, U, the English way, which is Latin, but English is not Latin. Become A, E, O, U, and that's usually the tone for the high tones. A, E, O, U, and that's basically B. So, that's basically Igbo terms. But you go to low tones and but you get like eight vowels, eight diacritic vowels, and four no A, E, I, O, U, 10 diacritic vowels, which mean to have high and low accents. Eze, if echo, except for zebra, if echo. High tone is literally soju language. So that's when CBD is spelled like that. Because you got Eze equals king, and you got Eze, which is high to low tone, equals teeth. Eze, you know, your teeth. Eze, the king, you see, with a high tone. So in CBD, in Sigi, it's all high tone. But it's all memory music, mosaic, or what I call color coded numbers. Because they're binary numbers, but they're putting in lattice. So, lattice just between these intersection, disjoint, and union. Okay, now you have till now to start. One more thing, the policies are no white people, like no Caucasians in the constitution, no Caucasians, no Arabs, because I'm not racist. I'm being because I experience problems with a lot of people, and they are quite secretive. Until they can sort the problem out, they're never allowed. Because it's no Christians, no religion, no nothing. But no, I can say no blacks, but I am not being rude. If I put it to you to get demonetized, I don't really care. I'll just put it on a platform. But because I know my way. So a lot of people do that at my age anyway. So because if my humor was respected under adult social care, I wouldn't have this problem. I'm just saying that video, those things. But no people that so basically the constitution bond is bound to people where I've been to in Africa. Anywhere I've been to in Africa, where I want to go and feel safe, I can put it there because it's for that's my foundation. That's the foundation of housing. If it was compounds on 1,000 times 500, 1,500, 700 houses. If I didn't have that stability, I don't have that stability in the UK. I'm gonna try to do it for my masters. I'm gonna move to my master's. I'm going to go to Nigeria for my PhD. For setting new foundations. So that's my PhD to build a triplex, which is my utopia. Uh, but we should have sensory dimensions. So I'm going to introduce you to two main problems now. So that's very important. It's no one that's been harassing me all my life. You know who you are. I don't want to keep demographic, but when I'm a child, and you go, we don't share pain, you don't share suffering. You shouldn't create me that pain and suffering. What is wrong with you people? But my PhD is on building a triplex, which is like because I'm 3 in 1 because I have a model, and that's why. So, what is video on? This video is on symbolic interpreters and probing systems. Symbolic interpreters and probing systems. So, should I continue? So, I'm going to Nigeria after my master's this year, after 2027, because I want to do my master's, but I'm not going to do a PhD no more. I'm going to go to Nigeria for my PhD. My house is Muko OS. M for Mike, M for Mike, U for Umbrella, K for Kilo, O for Oscar, Dash, O for Oscar, S for Sarah. Muko operating system, which is basically the human rights system. But I'm going to download over in Seagate protocol. So, as a part, very part of the key should be like a onion system. So a ring on the system, but it should download like an onion system. How and because they're just interdependent. So with Seagate is an interdependent human rights protocol. But it's not like Tor. It's just the only thing is similar to it was like an onion network. But it just uses interdependency to resolve the onion layer. Uh, what happened? Oh, okay. No, thank you, ma'am. So, I'm not racist until you give me a problem, But, as I'm saying, I'm just a tripolar, the world's first tripolar man. I found this tripolar, I'm here and now. Basically, the symbolic interpreter has a loopback and can give you what they call a loopback address. So I'm gonna pattern all of this on github.com forward slash these patterns, but the work is just getting too much. So I'm gonna start now, but my work is getting too much. So I'm just trying to restart what I'm doing, and reorganize my life. But if I ever die doing this project, I know you know why, because I tried to do it better. But um, I don't want to die, guys. I never want to die, guys. I want to live forever. I want to be like, basically, I went to my head, I went to see Alisa Bakanovich from Tekken. That's where Obi goes, Mr. Hart. To tell him, I go to the metaphysical. I go there in my mind. I go to places, I was listening inside Tekken, Tekken the video game, Tekken 7. I was with Alisa and I walked up, and Lisa's real, and she's telling me a lot of things about having my own world, and my own beliefs, and my own stuff, But she's screaming, she knows what's happening, things I have for her. But Alisa's robot from Tekken 7. And now she's time for her to move to Tekken 8. Let's move Alisa to Tekken 8. Alisa, she's my favorite character. I played it, but I wasn't fantasy about her, because I can fantasy about a lot, but she's one of the best characters, And so King was there. I love being real. You know, um, what else? Practice wishes. Anything else before I stop? Anything else I was thinking about before I start? When I build constitution, everything should be in triplex model. Triplex or quadruplex maximum. Think of them as quadrants. So that's a quadrant model. So let's use a Commodore model. So basically, can be one compound, the duplex, a triplex, or a quadruplex, because it's 90 degrees because of safety measures here. For now, not a whole city, but a decentralized way so people can live and work and breathe safely. So it's basically a quadruplex, but I'm building a triplex. So just make sure, because I know that it works for me in my business model too. So if I can govern a quadruplex, then I can have one area. So basically, I'm trying to have quadruplex, but I've been told you guys about this. I'm here now, so I have told you guys about all these projects, which is the metaphysical projects, but they work in the mind just, the mind space, like literally seeing what your mind looks like. Imagine like you walk into yourself, oh, who's this guy? And you saw yourself, then you love yourself, then you grow your qualia, then you grow another edge in your consciousness, and your consciousness can become so stronger, as you said. And you come, you understand what's happening because it's a joke that happened to you. You start to know that you are a real person because you just look in the mirror for the first time. Who's this guy? But yeah, because the mirror is reflecting you in time and space, but it's you, 16 billion of a second away. As you grow older, in time, but that is invisible. I'm trying to encode myself into the OBI is trying to encode itself because you can encode yourself literally in the fabric of space time, the fabric of time and space. Because if you guys don't know that, I'm already doing it, but but just go on, no reach, no reach, let's say, and basically, I'm trying to build weapons too. But let's get started with the video now. So basically, I'm trying to find weapons, evil weapons, and the guns I'm making. So it's the gun I'm making, which basically has an armor, but armor gun, but but you give it like all the chains and stuff like that. Oh, Elijah, what are you doing? Oh, do you want to do my do you want to do my work for me? Sorry, Elijah, you're fine. Okay, you're fine, Elijah. You're good, mate. So let me put my sleeves up, and then because I'm feeling kind of too warm on my leg, but if I've no spacey states in the world, I will not get us to block the demographic of people from coming to like. But basically, it's basically triplex and building, but it's gonna become no, it's gonna be a sixplex. So it's gonna be up to six. So basically, everything's in trays, but the three instead of three layers, you have stability. Guarantees, okay, so this is guarantees everywhere. It's just the problem is people that are on the so I'm going to do I'm going to two sets of triplexes, but they have to be disjoined. They can't be together. So why the intrusion falls because the shared space in metaphysical and email communication. So it's a quadruplex because information flows from one medium to the other and can flow out of the world. So basically, you have to protect everything. But I'm not building them as one unit. I'm building them as decentralized pi-based precision systems. You get like a circles, three circles, in one inside the other, and that's one model. We can have them defend each other instead of topology, peer to peer to peer, or like peer to peer. This will build them. This will be separately designed, but ensure that they can always get Wi-Fi and data and everything securely and not that getting communication problem. You get a six, but the way the six comes in is because you get people want to go outside and teleport themselves. People like that, like me. I'm not a crazy. I love myself, but it has to be designed in a way that's fault tolerant, so you don't have people have one point of damage, one point of entry that fails. So I'm using the angles to do that, or my Laplace calculus model, alpha llama, if for alpha, p for papa, alpha llama, if apple, p for papa, I for indigo, f for zero. Okay, let's get started on this video. Okay, so this video was basically based on token time, token value, token memory, but symbolic temperature. Basically, it's a proof system. It's a proof system. Definition, redefinition by me. It's a proof system. It's a system that can ask questions. System that can ask solve questions. A system asks itself a question, a question, a question, a question. This one was advanced that I've made, but these are called symbolic interpreters. So, it's one of the most advanced things I'm going to talk about here. But what I'm talking about as a human being, not 8 kilograms in a million years. But it's one of the most advanced things I'm going to talk about. I'm scared it's one of someone builds it before me. If I build it with a with vision, I'll do right. So, basically, I'm saying that probing, probe is something that identifies a problem, it's identifies a problem and resolves it. So, if you probe me for food, if you prompt me, you're identifying a problem. And that prompt can be yes or no, or consensual. Don't want to have to be consensual. But it's like, this is a consensual prompt. So the prompt is like a problem. A prompt is a problem. But, you are asking it to someone. You are giving it to someone to solve it for you. Like, do you have a shower? Yes or no? Yes, no, or maybe. You have a shower today. Why yes or maybe? Why and M? You know. If you say yes, let me say the shower. If you say no, you say maybe. Maybe the valid solution. The probe has to ask more time. If you say maybe, that means you either have no inputs, no input, no input, and you need more because you need more space, more space, like more space, like space as in more time in space. So you need more time to give inputs. And the system will hold here. So this will hold this state here. This thing will hold here. So see the timer. The timer, see how like 5 seconds to answer. 5, 10, 6. 3, 5 to 6 is what? 30,000. 30,000 milliseconds. It's 5 to 6. So 5 seconds to answer. No, 5 seconds to answer. You have 30,000 seconds in it. But the probing is literally telling you yes, no, 5 seconds time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can then put your input. Because maybe you have a broken hand or not, this is what symbolic interpreters do. Symbolic interpreters do. So a symbolic interpreter, basically, Nabi, if you don't get it right, you fuck it up forever, has three poles. Three poles. Three, three tripartite poles. So the poles represent axis of each. So you have yes, no. My yes is your no. And maybe it's like it's an input. We have yes, no, maybe, but when you get yes, you get no. When you get no, you get yes. When you get maybe, you get maybe time and space is needed. Or maybe space and time. Space, that means you use more memory to output the characters. Like, I want to type in maybe. I need more characters. My keyboard is broken. So something's wrong with my keyboard interface. It's a consensual system. It's a system. But you see, so the problem I'm proposing for probing is the system asks itself questions. So this is simple sample in natural language. This is natural language. This is like an ES system. This is all ears are simple system because they also understand human emotion by dimension, by principles of dimensions. Like, how you frame the problems. This can mean like did you shower today? So you go Alexa, so you go a prompt. It's probing you. Especially it's a prompt, but it's not it's an indirect question. It's a direct question. So did you shower today? Yes or no? Yes or no? Or maybe yes. Yes, no, maybe. Did you shower today? But a question can be a prompt and not be a prompt. So uh, um, okay, a question can be a prompt. So if you said, "Can you shower today?" That's a question, but it's also a prompt. Do you want to shower today? So, do you want to? So, I'm saying I introduce a question. You go question. The question is literally so you get a prompt. Can you shower today? Question: did you shower today? Did you shower? See, I think you didn't know what I did there. But the point was, did you shower today? So small people should have known what I said, because because this is myself, and I. But did you shower today? And you get okay. Did you shower today? And the last one is so me, myself, and I. Have you showered today? Have you showered today? Have you showered today? Shower. So basically, this is just English, but it's pause. It's like it works in a linguist fashion. It's a probing system. So the question is, the prompt is, can you shower today? Can you do it? Is it a requirement? It's a requirement. Just can you shower today? It's in everything. It does with your body, your soul. What you're gonna do? Can you shower today? But it's also a prompt. So the prompt and the question. So the question is, did you shower? Did you? Now questions are consent now. Prompts are permission now. And the dimensions are permission is one dimension. Permission is one dimension. And that is basically all the prompts do. Permissions. And the question then consent. Consent. But the consensual need is have you showered today? Have you? When you have a have you, that means you're asking yourself. So have you? And this have I done this? Have I done this? And that's what the system is doing. Probing is about ensuring some sustainability because you're still going to ask yourself further mathematical verifiable questions in space and time and in time based on the polar rules, bipartite polar rules. So I'm gonna white this. So a probe is from ask yourself questions. And now you get the last one. So I'm gonna rub this out here. I'm gonna put another one here. So you get symbolic interpreters. So here you have symbolic interpreters or the symbolic interpreters. So you have symbolic interpreters. So symbolic interpreters are the one I love. So this is a good symbol. A symbol is basically something that can be encoded in the symbol table too. But it's a user symbolic interpreter can be it's basically a symbol table to look up tokens in the artifacts. But symbol tables are like Python symbols are like let's no that's a keyword in Python. So how you create a variable? So how you create a variable in Python is So let me use Python and Java because Python. So Python has a statement, a variable. So Java var x equals uh, 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 so let's say x is let's answer uh, let me use let answer equals 42. The Python will have same directive. Answer equals 42. But answer will not have a let. So this is a let keyword, but it's not a var. It's scoped. It's scoped. Let's just leave the code. So this will be a scoping system. But here, let's use var. Var answer equals 42. 42. You know, so that's right. And then this is called a statement. And this are all symbols for the statement. So let var answer equals 42 will be the answer equals 42. And then answer equals the same thing. They do the same interpretation. They mean the same thing, But var is really change. But var is a variable. Variable. Answer is an identifier. Equals is a line. It's like a equality is an operator. Equality is a set operator. It's a set operator. And equal, 42 is the value of type number. The same for the system here. So answer equals 42 is in the pattern. But this is really a symbolic expression. This expresses the answer 42. So let me write a statement. Let me write a statement. This is going to do something you don't believe. Um, so let me try to use a bit of a modular arithmetic to determine how the poles work. So if 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 I do Python, if 42. Oh, so let me declare another statement. Uh, let I equals 42 modulo 360. So this way, if I 42 modulo this one has any remainders, this will be let. So let becomes scope. So let is a variable, but it's scope variable. This will be same thing as local I, or for I equals 42 modulo 360. 360 part of 360, which is circle radius, total radius. No, basically, any remainders of will be I, and then any remainders left will be the index. So, um, now I'm using a ternary expression. So, the ternary expression is the last part of the system. So, if I, basically, this, I'm going to split it into three poles, with two expressions. So, in Java, this would be, so the prompt, so let me remember the prompt here. Prompt is consensual. Okay, remember prompts are permission. Prompt equals permission. Prompt equals permission. Consent equals question. And the consensual nature of things should be prompt question equals probing. So probing is consensual. Let's just say okay, so equals a probe. So consider probing. So they fall into the dimension or category of probing. This is consensual update. So I'm gonna do here. Let y equals returning a. I'm going to have a lambda expression. Let y equals let y equals I. So A B C. So you have A B C. Let y equals A. So basically, I'm trying to think 42 modulo. I'm going to calculate up. 42 modulo 360 is what? Um, 42 42 modulo, so 42 into modulo divided by 360. 360 divided by 42 is 8.8 There's this standard calculator here. So let me get the scientific calculator. 42, 42 mod 360 is 42. So 42 is one pole. So one pole, and then we get and then we get 360 minus 42. Oh, let me do it. 360 mod 42. 260 mod 42. 24. So I'm trying to have a system. So that's why it goes A, B, and C. So 42 mod system 42 30 is 42, 42, and so let y equals I. Huh. So that's what I did wrong. Sorry, guys, that's what I did wrong. Sorry. So this is wrong. So let's to get to let I. So let J equals I. Let K equals J. Let K equals J. So you get two pointers and we swap in ternary. So it's ternary logic. So basically, what's in ternary logic? So conceptual with ternary logic. So let J equals I, let I equals K. So when something changes, there's an update of the state to other system. So I'm trying to literally give you the framework now. Hope I get it right. If I get it wrong, I'll stop the video. So let R equals J. J is no, this is wrong. 360. No, it's all the way around. So I should get it right now. So this is wrong, guys. This is wrong. So let me try and change it now before I make another mistake. So let I equals 360 modulo 42. 360 divided by 42. And let I or I equals 360 modulo 42. So basically, just give you the answer I need for the three poles. So it divides it into three segments of 360. So because 360 is an angle, I get 360 get pi r squared. So the compute is pi r squared. So you can use 180, which is one is a simple one. If you don't know polar, so let me do the way I know. I'm gonna do it now. The way I'm gonna do it now is quite the most simplest way, and I'm failing it. So let me do the easiest way I got it. Yep. Yep, 360, yep. 360, 360, 360 modulo 42. 42 is an angle, 24. 24. So J equals 24. And then you get 24. This can be 24 degrees, or 24 something. And then you can let K equals J. So K equals to J. So 360 modulo 42 modulo 24 is 15. No, that's wrong. So basically, it's basically going to be 42 plus 24 is 66. So 360 modulo 66. 360 modulo 66 will give you 30. So basically, it should give you 24. So 360 modulo 360 is a constant. So yeah, 360 modulo I and 360 modulo J. So basically, you should get 15. 15. But it's a trident supersolution. Basically, the poles are aligned and they're aligned distant. They're aligned in the distant family, which they don't conduct themselves. So basically, the system can ask you questions: who, what, when, where, why, because it asks itself that question and can resolve the state. So you can write new code that you have no thought of. You might not have thought of. Basically, this is risk stage 3 I'm talking about. Risk stage 3, the abstract syntax tree can be three abstract stages that be models based on system objects to roughly state. So let me try to do it again. So you get 360, 360 modulo, modulo, modulo 42, modulo 42, 360 mod 42 is 24, 24. So on 24. So you get 24, which is now J. Now you get 360 divided by 24, which is 15. Now 360 mod 24 mod 24 mod mod 24 plus 42, which will give me oh 360. No, I think it's pi r squared, but 360. Ah, I see. I get it wrong. So I have to do right. So my computer now, I'm doing it on my computer now. So let me get my pen, my paper. So let's do it properly. So this is pi r squared over 360. That's why it's not working. So pi r squared. So R is 42. R equals 42. R equals 42. 42 times 42 is 42 times is 48. 48. So 48 360 mod 40 no it's 88 80 84 84. So 360 times pi. Pi is let's say pi is half point five. Pi is 3.14. But okay, let's say pi is a half point five. Point five. But it's not 3.14. Pi let's say a number is n, not five is half, which is point five times point five times a half. So instead of pi we put point five. But point five is like a okay, let's use 3.14. Let's just use 3.14. So pi. So we're gonna do again 42 times 2 is r squared or the region squared, which is 84. 360 mod 84 mod 84 mod 84. We give it on. Wait, 360 times r 360 um wait, wait, 360 mod 84 no 360 384 times point five is 42. Right. Let's say 84 times pi is 200 or 263.894 degrees over 360 divided by 360 divided by 360 will give you so that's the angle. So this angle becomes I. So I equals 203.894 degrees. 264, 264, so 263.893 degrees. So basically, this ratio is a very big ratio, but you gotta have the. So this basically becomes so basically this is the whole angle. So the angle is 263.89 for so this is basically the result of I. This is the degree, this angle that it holds. So the angle of the problem or the space of the problem is equal to 264 in radians. So this is the pi times radians. So basically pi divided by 360. So yeah, that's how it works. So basically, I go wrong. So this is the angle of the problem. So the angle, so this is a polar. This is an axis of pole. So the problem space is n for the problem system. 263.893 for I. So I has the problem space of indexing 260 when the parameter when the search space of the tabulation. So the tabulation sequence is whether the problem is defined in the space has the space to hold that space without thinking about it. So that's the angle it holds. This is the degree of the angle it holds. 263.893 And then you have the other one. So you have J. So J is now 84 because J was not defined. So J will be 84 because so you have 360 uh, divided by, let's say J is let's say J is defined as 360 divided by 42. 360 divided by 360 divided by 84 will be 4.29285. 4.285. So you get 4.285 when you get is it 84? What are you gonna do? 84 divided by 360. So 84, so basically you get for this 2 times 2, for 2 times 2 is 84. 84. So you get 360 mod 84 modulo 84 will give you 24. So 24 is basically J. J is 24. So I is 42. J is 84, 24, 24, and I is 360 mod mod 24 is zero. So basically 360 mod 24 will give you zero, and that's okay stuff. So the pointer will always look for 24. So from the range I 42, when I is 42, J is 24 and K is 0. And this basically that is 0, basically 0 degrees. So basically this is space. So if you now do pi 24, if you now do 24 times pi, 24 times pi, you do 24 times pi, which would be 75.39, 25.398 degrees Celsius. And 0 degrees is basically undefined. So 0 times pi, but R is the radius system. That's what we keep the radius system. 0 times pi. So if the old k equals I, k equals 24, you do so k is 24. But k is 24, but k is 0 because k is 24. K is 15. So k is 15. So when k is 15, because 360 divided by 15 is 24, and 350 divided by 15 is 24. And 315 divided by 360 is 0. So it has to get to 0 because these angles are work from the angular momentum has to work in the system. So if you get turn off now, but you're going to have the search space or search access based on dynamic programming. So the goal is to have the program 2 pi r, which is a pathway, and pi r squared, which is the area of the degrees of the system to identify the problem and probe the system's problem. So it doesn't probe everything and nothing, everything that is nothing. Or is it? No, because the more problems you define in a system of AI, the system has to have three interpreters. So if I say I am Namdi, you can't say you are Namdi. You have to say, if I say I'm Python, you have to say I am Lua, or I am JavaScript. You cannot say when I give you a file, like this, like do a JavaScript. You have to say I am Python. I am Python. So you use symbolic statement expression and say so. Symbolic statement means true or false, true, false, or maybe value, which are the poles, and symbolic expression version of those values. Like var I equals 24, var equals 42, j equals 24, j is 24, and k equals 15. So what is the probe? The probe will basically be the two parallel poles or expression. So I, j, and k are Boolean values. They have values but defined in the consensus space, and the consensus state will be the angle of search space they are allowed to operate on. So the constitution they are also operating on this axis. And pi, so basically, that's what I'm saying. So for the two, we operate on 200, one angle of 226, 26 or 23.894 degrees. 24 will be 75 point 98 degrees, and 15 to 0 degrees will be K. 15 to 0 degrees will be K. They have a range. So 24 will be 25.4. Thank you guys for watching this video.